What up, guys? Michael Ray Newman here. Welcome to another edition of the Inside Edge podcast with myself and the man, Edwin Britt. What's up, brother?
Man, I'm glad to be here in Texas with you, Michael. Doing great, brother.
Hey, man, I'm so glad when you're. Every time you're in Texas, I just feel a little bit better.
Me too, man.
You know, I'll tell you something. We sent a message out to somebody that's having a little bit of trouble, and they had a little bit of an accident. Sent a message. I shared the Ziegler documentary with them. And also sent it to your wife.
Yeah.
I just want you to know she responded to the text. She said
My wife or the friend?
The wife. Your
My
wife.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
She spotted right away. Me and her talk, right? I got her number, bro.
Let's talk afterwards.
Yeah, we'll talk. No, she said something really cool, man, and very sincere. She said that you and Edwin make each other better.
Oh, that's very cool.
And that's a fact, man. I'm better to be around you.
I feel that way too.
And we ask you guys this right here: you're the average of the 5 people you're hanging around.
That's right.
Kevin E., you got a seat at the table right now. So
you guys make me better too. Just so you know.
You got a seat at the table. Kevin E. makes us better. There's 5 areas of your business: branding, sales. Branding is the marketing piece also. Sales. Then you have operations. You have accounting and leadership. And I put leadership last because I believe leaders are there to serve their community. We want to make you better. But Kevin E. has really stepped in, allowed us to take a hat off and take care of a lot of the content creation and marketing. And we do it all through this podcast. Although, Kevin, you do a lot of different things from, audio books to, YouTube channels and everything else. But this content, one of these 15-minute, 25-minute little podcasts, we're able to repurpose a lot of the content, which is really hard for a lot of people, is that, content and posting it. So we're able to do a lot through you. So tell somebody how they can get a hold of it if they need to.
If you need my help, anything you could possibly conceive for your marketing in terms of digital media, give me a shout. You can email me at kepxlive@gmail.com or reach out to me just directly through direct message on Facebook or Instagram.
At KEPX Live.
At KEPX Live.
I got you, baby. At KEPX Live. Don't forget about that. Yeah, and he also has a really cool, if you want to email him again, he's got a cool little how to start your own podcast, a free little ebook. It's 5 quick points because it's easier than ever to podcast. But if you want something professional, he and I go do mobile podcasts, pop-up podcasts. We travel everywhere all around the country, Edwin.
We're going to be doing some tomorrow.
Yes, we are. We're going to be doing a live mobile podcast. We'll be speaking tomorrow to some amazing realtors. We go to anywhere, man. You guys want us to come out and see keynote us, or you want us to come speak to your guys, no matter if it's leadership, sales, operations. We do it all, Edwin. We're able to create the culture, build it up, break it up. And if we have this brand new virtual masterclass,
$7 a month, man.
Yeah, baby.
Yes,
you got
sir.
52 weeks. You can binge it or you can watch it. It's just a just-in-time training. I'm really proud of it. It's like in a learning management system, so we're able to track it. You're able to get results from it. And it is really cool to have in the palm of your hand because it's on your phone. $7 a month at edgeglobalinc.net, edgeglobalinc.net. Give us a shout. It'll be a .com too, but you can check us out and get engaged with us. We love the messages we get through our Inside Edge national coaching call we do every Wednesday. So that's our big sales pitch. So now we can get on with the podcast.
Let's do it.
That's right, baby. And I love this one. I love this title for the podcast, Edwin, that you're going to do right now. And it's, what is it called? Talent
is overrated.
Overrated. Ooh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I spoke. I've spoken. Michael and I've spoken all over North America, and it's interesting. I got to speak recently in my own hometown, and I had not been back and spoken there in almost 15 years. It was really cool, right, to be able to do that, and so someone that is a friend of my wife's who's in the real estate industry, and she was there, as we're, the whole room full, beautiful ballroom. We got to go back there and speak, Michael. It's a beautiful facility, great acoustics. But when I finished, I spoke for about an hour and 20 minutes or so, and the person, well-intended, said to my wife, she turned and said, "Oh my gosh, I knew and I heard, but he is so talented." Right? And it was certainly intended as a compliment, Kevin E., right? And oftentimes people say, "You're so talented." And while I appreciate that, talent, I do believe, is overrated. People, when people hit some success, there's always somebody who goes and attributes it to talent. The fact of the matter is, we know more people, really talented people, who never achieve that level of success. And while talent is important, talent in and of itself is often lost and never fully implemented to our full potential, Mike. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, 100%. It's never really realized a lot of times. I mean, think about this. The best basketball player in the world, you can debate it, right? But, of course, our generation, Michael Jordan's the best basketball player, hands down, ever to do it.
From Wilmington, North Carolina,
yeah,
by
he's
the
from
way.
your hometown right there, buddy. But I'm going to tell you something right now about Michael Jordan. He is definitely not the best basketball player ever in the history of the world. The best basketball player who had the most talent is on a street corner somewhere, talking about how good they could have been, but they never took put the work in like Michael Jordan
The
does.
discipline in, right?
That's right. They didn't have the discipline to put the work in.
Yeah, and oftentimes Peter Drucker said, the father of modern management, said, talent is never enough. There seems to be little correlation between a man's effectiveness and his intelligence, his imagination or his knowledge. Intelligence, imagination, and knowledge are essential resources, but only effectiveness converts them into results. By themselves, they only set limits. So what are we really saying, guys, is you've got to be willing. It's not so much the talent, but the choices that you make that unleash your talent. And this, what we want to encourage you to do with this podcast is make a commitment to yourself. Don't make it to Michael. Don't make it to me. Make it to yourself to unleash your full talent, to unleash your full potential, is be willing to make the choices that matter. The right choices coupled with talent is how you actually get to the level of achievement and success, Michael.
Man, that is some good stuff right there. That right there. We could just drop it and end it right now on that talent. And this is what you said, Edwin, about he is so talented. Now you got to understand, people are rewarded in public for what they've done in private for years. And I'm going to tell you something. Edwin Britt is the most effective preparer, if that's the right thing. He prepares, he practices, he plans, he thinks. And that's the first part of our trust process. The T. Edwin's nobody's better at it. He's he plans. He works harder. He's done that. We talked earlier about, or in other podcast about him doing it for free, driving all over, staying in crappy hotels, doing all the things that he's done to get to where he is today. And that talent has risen to the top because he's worked on it. He's been disciplined. Edwin, you've been disciplined enough to do that. And I have seen you get better even when you were already traveling with Mr. Ziegler, sharing the stage with him, being mentored by him. So I know the talent that you have, but you've also cultivated that talent by putting the work in, showing the discipline, and now you're being rewarded in public with comments like that.
Yeah, and for everyone, you got to be teachable and you got to be coachable and you got to see that it's a journey, it's ongoing. The minute you think you have arrived, and you got it all figured out, is the minute that you made a decision. It goes back to your choices to go backwards. People think they get to a level and they stay there. That's not true, Michael. I've heard you say it. You and I both know it. You're either moving forward or you're going backwards. There's no in between, right?
That's right. You definitely are. That's what they say.
and what we got to do is remember is, while everyone does have talent, everyone in our audience has talent, but we don't have the equal amount of giftedness, right? And that's kind of what you were saying, Michael, I think you could probably argue that I and you have an ability to connect with people and to articulate a message. It's not easily done. Requires a lot of time. Kevin E., you were a DJ here in Dallas. You obviously were gifted with a voice that resonates, right? But it wasn't just your voice that got you to one of the top radio stations in Dallas, Texas, in the rock market. Is that correct?
I suppose that is true. It has something to do with making the right choices.
Yeah, and cultivating that talent. So what I want to encourage you to do is, and here's a mistake people make, develop the talent you have, not the one you want. Develop the talent you have, not the one people get. They do it backwards. They focus on things they don't have, and they say, I want to get better at that. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to get better at something, but take the talent you have and really cultivate it. Spend time. Apply the process Michael and I talk about. All the things Michael and I talk about in the podcast week in and week out really go towards and contribute towards cultivating and building your talent, which leads us to fulfilling your potential, Michael.
That's what, and some people don't even realize what the potential is or how they fulfill it until they have put the discipline and the work into the talent. One of the best compliments I've had is my son was working one summer in one of our companies. He was just out of high school and he was working just blue collar stuff around this company, and he was talking to one of my business partners in there, and he goes, "Man, everything comes easy to my dad."
Wow.
And the coolest thing this guy said ever, he goes, he dress Trent down right there. Because let me tell you something. I've seen your dad over the last 10 years work harder than anybody and put more work in and have more discipline. He's here first. If you're going to hoot with the Owls, you got to crow with the Roosters if you want to soar like an eagle. And he is taking that to heart. He's the first one here, the last one to leave, and the first one to jump in and pitch in and help. He goes, so nothing has come easy for your dad. Now, my son doesn't know my story and my whole journey because he didn't know there when I was, getting my houses foreclosed on and failing at the businesses and getting repoed and not being able to buy diapers for him. He didn't know any of that. Right? He's just seen the end result. You're right, though, and it was just talent. And I happened to be pretty good at what I really went after, and it was just to generate cash flow so I could, live a life by design for my family, not knowing what it was at the time.
And each and every podcast that you guys listen to out there is, we appreciate you so much tuning in, right? Where can you catch us, Kevin E?
Check us out on Spotify and YouTube.
Yeah,
My
man.
two personal favorites, of course, you can always find us on iTunes.
Yeah, is we're giving you the nuggets and a pathway to make the choices that are going to make you successful. So when you take this passion, you take your talent, and you connect it to a purpose, and then you make the right choices along the way. And let me just be real clear here. I don't want anybody to think that Michael Ray and I always make the right choices. We don't.
Believe me.
Yeah, not now. In our 50s, and certainly not in our 20s and 30s and 40s. And it's okay to make a mistake, and it's okay to be flawed, and it's okay to exercise occasionally poor judgment. But it's okay to have a bad day, but it's not okay to have a bad week, right? And let a bad week into a bad month and a bad quarter and a bad year. You got to be able to, and I loved it when you told me this, Michael. I remember where I was today. You told me this. You got to be able to take a step back and reset, refocus, restructure, and relaunch. And you can do that daily, right, around these choices. Riff on that a minute, and I got a little Dr. Seuss to close us out tonight, and then you bring us home, okay?
All right, yeah, that restructure, refocus, reset, relaunch is a thing. Not that I do every day. Sometimes I do it every conversation.
Yeah.
Because you cannot let the past determine what your future is going to be.
Yeah, don't let yesterday hijack your today.
Yeah,
right?
no, that because it's over. You can't do anything about it, right? That's why the past. We only look back for perspective. That's it. That's it. I mean, you can reminisce on the good stuff in the back. That's cool. But when you're moving forward and catching your dreams and designing your life, and you have a mindset of a champion, it's not about, oh man, look, that poor little old me back there. I screwed up. That person did me wrong. That person screwed me over. Somebody took this from me. This person was taken away from me. You can't do that. And if you do find yourself there, reset, restructure, refocus, and relaunch. Reset, restructure, refocus, and relaunch. What does that mean? Sometimes every conversation, the bad ones I have, I've got my day lined out, and I've got to go to the next thing. I've got to go have this conversation with this person and be the best I can be at that moment for this person. Attitude, moment, and process. What's your attitude going to be like right now in this moment to develop the process? That's what we're looking for. And when you talk about resetting your day, refocusing, restructuring, and relaunching yourself into that next conversation that you can control. Because we can't control the past. We can't even control the future. But what you can control is where you are right now.
So true, man. And, bad news doesn't get better with time, does it, Michael?
No, baby. Have those tough conversations first. That's what I say.
First, yeah.
Without a doubt.
My early 20s, like many of you guys, probably, maybe not all of you, I got a few speeding tickets and a couple other tickets along the way, right? But it has been a long time. I think I've been about, and boy, better knock on wood on this one, Michael. Right?
Yeah, you better.
Been about 18 years since I've had any kind of infraction or ticket. Yeah, isn't that pretty cool?
Watch out now.
But the last time I got one, I remember vividly, I got caught in a little speeding trap. And as soon as the person wrote me a ticket, and I ended up getting it prayer for judgment or whatever because I had not had anything in so long, I called my wife and said, you know what, bad news doesn't get better with time.
Let's get this over with.
Yeah, let's just get it over with, right? But let me, when you'll commit to making the right choices, coupled with your talent, leaning into the talent you have and work hard to develop it, practice when nobody's watching, right? Then you will be on your way to fulfilling your destiny. Destiny isn't by chance, it's by choice. And our encouragement, the reason Michael and I are doing this, we want more people to live up to their full potential. So let me give you a little Dr. Seuss, and Michael, take us home. Here we go. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. Choose to steer yourself towards the top. Michael and I will see you there.
That's right, baby. We'll see you. I'm not sure that last part you kind of added on.
I ad-libbed a little.
That's right, man. You got to be able to put yourself in a position to take the shot. Always take the shot. We always understand that there's going to be obstacles in your way, but talent is never going to be replaced by your effort. Hey, guys, play hard, have fun, and we're going to see you. But if you can't remember everything else, all this wisdom that Edwin bestows on us all the time, just be nice, because people don't always remember what you say, but they'll always remember how you made them feel, guys. Until next time on The Inside Edge, Edwin Britt, Kevin E. See ya.
See ya.